In a world filled with endless distractions, emotional chaos, and constant noise, the ability to think clearly is one of the rarest and most powerful skills a person can possess. Yet over 1,800 years ago, a man who ruled the largest empire on Earth, Marcus Aurelius, made clarity of thought the foundation of his life. Marcus was not only the emperor of Rome, but also a philosopher, a Stoic who believed that the strength of the mind was greater than the strength of armies. His private journal, later known as Meditations, was not written for fame or legacy, but as a tool to sharpen his own thinking, to discipline his mind, and to navigate the burdens of power with wisdom. This script is a journey into his world, his struggles, his philosophy, and his timeless insights, so that we, too, can learn the art of clear thinking. The weight of the crown. Imagine this. You are the ruler of Rome, the most powerful man alive. Millions depend on your decisions. Armies march at your command. Enemies lurk at the borders. Politicians plot in secret. Plagues sweep through cities. Yet despite this enormous weight, Marcus Aurelius remained calm, rational, and centered. Why? Because he understood that the world is full of chaos, but the mind must remain a fortress. In Meditations, he reminded himself daily, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Clear thinking begins with this distinction. What is within your control, and what is not? Most people confuse the two. They worry about the future, fear the opinions of others, obsess over outcomes they cannot change. This clouds the mind. Marcus trained himself to cut through the fog. What is mine to decide? What is beyond me? Everything else. He let go. The discipline of thought for Marcus, clear thinking was not a gift, but a practice. He wrote in his journal as a way of sharpening his mind, just as a soldier sharpens his sword. Every morning, he reminded himself of life's harsh realities. People will be selfish. Fortune will be unstable. Death may come suddenly. This might sound pessimistic, but it was actually liberating. By expecting life to be difficult, he could face it without surprise or bitterness. His mind remained clear because it was prepared. He practiced mental exercises, separating facts from judgments. Example: it is raining is a fact. This is terrible is a judgment. The rain is neutral. Only your mind adds meaning. Zooming out in perspective. When overwhelmed, he imagined himself high above the earth, seeing how small human affairs really are. Remembering mortality, death comes. For all, even emperors. Why waste thought on pettiness? Each of these practices removed mental noise, leaving only clarity. The enemies of clear thinking. To master clarity, Marcus had to identify its enemies, even today. These enemies are the same emotions that overpower reason. Anger, fear, greed, they blur judgment. Marcus wrote, "The mind, free from passions, is an impenetrable fortress. Opinions of others? Most people live enslaved by what others think." Marcus reminded himself that fame is empty. Generations soon forget even the greatest of men. Distractions and desires. Rome was full of temptations, luxury, entertainment, pleasure. Marcus stayed disciplined, reminding himself, if it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Self-deception. The mind often tricks itself, creating stories that aren't real. Marcus fought this by forcing brutal honesty in his journal. He knew that without constant self-discipline, the mind becomes cloudy. Part 4. The practice of claritizo. How do we, in the modern world, apply Marcus's methods to achieve clarity? Here are his timeless tools. 1. The power of reflection. Every evening, Marcus reflected. What did I do well? Where did I fail? What can I improve tomorrow? This habit builds awareness, preventing the same mistakes from repeating. 2. Living by principles instead of chasing trends or emotions, he anchored his life in principles, justice, courage, self-control, wisdom. With principles, decisions become clearer because the foundation is solid. 3. The Stoic pause when provoked. Marcus practiced pausing. He reminded himself, is this worth anger? Will it matter tomorrow? In a year? This pause cuts through impulsive reactions. 4. Journaling for the mind. Marcus's meditations was simply journaling. Today, journaling remains a powerful tool for clear thinking. By writing down thoughts, you see them objectively. Messy emotions turn into structured words. 5. Accepting natura. Believed that everything happens according to nature. Life, death, change, loss. Fighting reality only creates suffering. Accepting reality clears the mind. Part 5. Lessons from his life. Marcus's philosophy was not abstract. It was tested in fire. During his reign, the Antonini plague killed millions. Instead of despairing, Marcus focused on leading with calm and order. When wars erupted on Rome's frontiers, he lived with his soldiers in harsh camps, writing his philosophy under candlelight. Betrayal came even from within. His general Avidius Cassius tried to seize power. Marcus chose forgiveness over revenge, showing that clear thinking always favors reason over emotion. His life proves that philosophy is not an escape, but a weapon to face reality. Modern applications. Let's bring Marcus's wisdom into our own time. In business, when markets crash, a Stoic mind asks, what can I control? My effort, my strategy, my response. In relationships, instead of being trapped by ego or resentment, we can pause and ask, what is the rational, just response? In daily life, when overwhelmed by information, news, or social media, we can practice Stoic clarity, separating what is true, what is opinion, and what is noise. Marcus's clarity is desperately needed in an age of distraction. The ultimate perspective. At the heart of Marcus's clarity is one truth. Life is short. He constantly reminded himself that emperors and slaves alike end up in the same earth. When you remember mortality, small irritations lose their power. Arguments, status gains, possessions all fade in importance. What remains clear is what truly matters: virtue, kindness, wisdom, and living in accordance with nature. He wrote, do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Death hangs over you. While you live, while it is in your power, be good. This is the highest clarity, to live each day as if it could be your last, guided by reason and virtue. Conclusion. Marcus Aurelius ruled the mightiest empire on earth. Yet he spent his nights writing humble reminders to himself not to be consumed by anger, not to be distracted by luxury, not to be shaken by fear. Why? Because he understood that the true empire is not Rome, but the mind. To think clearly is to live clearly. To govern your thoughts is to govern your life. So when the world overwhelms you, when emotions cloud your vision, remember Marcus's example. Separate what is in your control from what is not. Anchor yourself in principles. Reflect daily. Accept life as it comes. This is the art of clear thinking. And as Marcus himself might remind us, it is an art we must practice every single day.